According to a Congolese security official, heavy artillery weapons were fired by soldiers from the Southern African Development Community and the M23 rebels as they clashed near a Congolese military base in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo. 2 South African soldiers were killed and several others injured by bombs that landed on their positions in the town of Sake. The names of the fallen soldiers haven't been disclosed, but both of them are reported to have been captains. One was from the South African National Defence Forces 46th Brigade and the other from the Air Defence Artillery Formation. The Southern African forces have been fighting alongside the Congolese army and a pro-government militia to dislodge the M23 rebels from their bases in North Kivu province since last year. But they have faced stiff resistance from the rebels who recently got reinforcements. The DRC government and the UN group of experts accuse Rwanda of backing the M23 rebels, a charge that Rwanda has denied. In May this year, fighting between the two sides left 1 South African soldier dead and 13 others injured in the town of Sake. Several M23 rebels were also killed. The conflict in eastern DRC has escalated in recent months, forcing thousands of people to flee their homes. Calls for a ceasefire by the international community and regional leaders have been ignored. That has left the civilian population to continue to bear the brunt of the war. Chris Ochamringa, SABC News, Kinshasa.
In February this year, 2 South African soldiers were killed and 3 of their colleagues were injured in the DRC after a mortar bomb landed inside their military base. The soldiers have been deployed in the country since December to fight armed rebel group M23. The conflict in the DRC is a long-standing hostility.
Let's disengage the forces. They are there already, okay. Let's at least disengage them so there's no possibility of clashing. Because the clashing which is going to result in people dying for no reason. Just to separate them so they are far from each other and then work to find this political solution. And I know I'm very, very glad that indeed President Ramaphosa is very committed to this pursuit of a political solution.
The DRC government is accusing Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebels, an allegation denied by Kigali.
Why wouldn't Tshisekedi find it in himself? Even after accidentally becoming the head of his country and later on forcing himself to be there, why can't he find it in himself to address the problems of his people? The M23 we're talking about is not just 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever number with the arms fighting. We have 100,000 people here who are in their category and their family members and so on, who have been uprooted from Eastern Congo and are staying here in Rwanda, in the camp, refugee camps, for the last 23 years.
President Cyril Ramaphosa met with his Rwandan counterpart in Kigali, Rwanda, 3 months ago, where they discussed this matter. South Africa is part of the SADC contingent deployed in the DRC.
All of us in our discussions expressed a very deep yearning for a peaceful political solution to the challenges that are being faced here. So I leave Rwanda with a renewed vigor and intention that we should find a solution that will lead to a political solution to what is prevailing here. The people of DRC yearn for peace, and similarly the people of Rwanda also yearn for peace, and so therefore all of us combined, including SADC, should work towards installing peace in this area so that the conflicts and the violent conflicts, the displacement of people in the DRC and indeed in Rwanda should come to an end.
The Rwandan president has acknowledged that there is a need for all parties to come together and find a lasting solution to this conflict. 2 years ago, the DRC government urged the UN troops to withdraw from their country for reportedly failing to stop the killings of civilians by armed groups. Sophie Mkwena, SABC News, Johannesburg.